I'm a Chinese player. I'm a Caleb stan. And I'm done being polite about this. Ooh, love and deep space, chat. Love and deep space from a Chinese player consumer. He says, you don't get to call an entire player base racist while knowing absolutely nothing about what is actually happening. So sit down and read. Love and Deep Space chat is going through a bunch of controversy right now. It's lost so many players. So many people that have supported the game have backed out now. So many uninstalls are happening. Love and Deep Space might not make it through this. At least right now. Until everybody wakes up in a month from now and I really miss my favorite game and then they download it again. Chinese players didn't wake up one morning and decided to cancel a character because of his skin color. We spent 500 plus days waiting for main story updates that never came. We watched the company fail to deliver content for 5 existing characters while announcing a 6th, breaking an explicit promise of no new love interests. In 2025, Love and Deep Space ranked number 1 on China's largest consumer complaint platform with 3,406 cases about unequal resource distribution. This rage was years in the making. Valko, which is the new character that they were canceling, was the last straw, not the cause. Then we found a drug experimentation record inside the game numbered 0731. If that means nothing to you, that's your ignorance, not our problem. Unit 731 was a Japanese military program that conducted live human experiments, vivisections, biological warfare, force infections, and on thousands of Chinese civilians and POW during World War II. The in-game record included the name a phonetic match to Japanese researchers from the unit, within a full narrative of injection protocols, endurance testing, and forced mental control. Players reported this through customer service when it first launched. It was ignored. The company later called it a random placeholder number. 6 state media systems, a national think tank, and a prosecutor office publicly called that a lie. Now let me tell you why you had no idea about any of this. The company deliberately gutted every trace of Chinese identity from the version of the game. Chinese New Year's Eve was deleted from the script. The Lantern Festival greeting was removed across every language version: Chinese, English, Japanese, Korean, while the holiday imagery was kept, proving it was deliberate directive, not a translation choice. Mid-Autumn Festival was renamed to a fictional name. Christmas and Halloween kept the real names. The Chinese text was manually redrawn out of the cutscene animations. Chinese food was erased from the date scenes. 4 date menus, 0 Chinese dishes in a game made by a Chinese company. A calligraphy illustrator had its Chinese characters scrubbed for international release. A government-backed collaboration promoting Chinese sports culture at the Asian Winter Games was posted 3 times domestically and 0 times on any international channel. You were handed a product that was systematically stripped of its origin, and now you have the audacity to tell us our concerns don't matter. While consuming a game built on Chinese players' money and Chinese creators' labors, the apology letter you received was also different from ours. Your version said we weren't ready to introduce Valko. Our version acknowledged broken promises, failed content delivery, and systemic trust collapse. Same company, same decision, 2 completely different explanations. The design is designed so that you'd blame us instead of them. And it worked. Here you are, calling us racist, while the company that lied to both of us watches from the sidelines. And let me be absolutely clear about where things stand right now. This is no longer a player dispute. This is no longer about your feelings or ours. The Chinese government has taken notice. As of today, state media outlets at every level, from central party organizations to provincial papers, from the National Women's Federation to legal systems, have published critical coverage demanding accountability. A prosecutor's office has issued a formal legal characterization of the game's content as violating regulations on public morality and national sentiment. State media are calling for the companies to undergo fundamental reform. Whether this company can survive what comes next is an open question. Your anger in our comment section changes nothing. The character was not canceled because of our tweets or Reddit threads. It was canceled because institutional power stepped in. And the same institutional power is still escalating, not retreating. You are screaming at the wrong people about a situation you fundamentally do not control and do not understand. So no, we are not xenophobic for refusing to let a company monetize our historical trauma. We are not throwing toddler tantrums for demanding accountability after 500 days of broken promises. We are certainly not going to apologize for defending a position that our own government, our own judiciary, and our own national media have now publicly endorsed. You want to be angry? Be angry at the company that decided you didn't deserve the truth. Or don't. But understand this, your ignorance was manufactured. Your outrage was engineered. And the people you're defending don't even respect you enough to tell you the same story they told us. One last thing. Before you reply, ask yourself whether you could dispute a single fact in this post, not with your feelings, not with, well, I don't care about 731, not with the China is racist, but with a single verifiable fact that proves anything I said is wrong. If you can't, then you don't have a counter argument. You have a reaction, and a reaction don't change reality. Every claim above here is backed by public data, official media coverage, in-game evidence, and documented company behavior. If you choose to ignore all of it because it's easier to blame Chinese players than to confront what this company did to all of us, that's your choice. But don't mistake your comfort for truth. Sheesh! Court adjourned? Guys, I don't know what to believe. It was well written though, so kudos to the China man who did this, or the translation team, or translation AI. Whoever translated this was really well put together. It's really hard to navigate this because, for me, I don't know about you guys, but fandoms do get crazy. It wouldn't be the first time that a fandom decided to throw a tantrum because they didn't give them what they wanted. Fandoms are crazy. So it's really hard to understand and what is true, what is not, and how much of this is a fandom versus how much of it is factual information. I myself choose to believe this guy. And you know, I don't play Love and Deepspace, and I don't think I want to play Love and Deepspace. So I have no stock in this. I don't know where you guys stand on this, but Love and Deepspace is going through it right now. Chat, the company has there must be nobody sleeping at that company. I don't know. Do you guys believe this? Hey you made it all the way to the end of the video. You know what really helped me, if you want to continue supporting me in any way, is head over to twitch.tv/Elly and hitting the follow on Twitch. Also, lurking really helps. Also, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.